Vatsalya Rasa and Madhurya Rasa. So here Madhurya Rasa is going on. Vatsalya Rasa is going on to give that pleasure to Mother Yashoda. And then we know that there are 7 other rasas besides these 5 rasas, which we learn. We are very, very grateful to Rupa Goswami, who has given in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu the tattva of the bhaktis. If we had not known about this Acharya Parampara, we would have never understood the Rasa Bhav. We know that Lord is Rasaraj, but how he exchanged the Rasa, that we come to know. He wants to give pleasure. Because we have to understand in this chapter, afterwards, in this chapter only if you come and read, we should know who are this Yashoda and Nanda Baba. They were the best of the Vasus, and their name was Drona and Dhara. The wife was Dhara. Were ordered to, increase the progeny by Lord Brahma. They then said unto them, Dear Father, we are seeking your benediction. When we take birth again in the universe, may the Supreme Lord Krishna, in his most attractive feature of childhood, absorbs our whole attention. May our dealings with him be so powerful that simply by hearing these childhood activities, anyone will be activities and dealings of his, anyone will easily cross the nescience of birth and death. So we have to understand the past life of Mother Yashoda and Nanda Baba, that how, even though they were doing tapasya, even though had they got benediction, they were thinking for the beneficial of the entire world. They wanted that such a pastime should happen. By listening to that, people can get delivered from birth and death. And we know that is why Lord incurs keeping in the future people, future devotees who are going to come afterwards. When Lord was performing this Leela in Gokul, he knew that in future, the devotees will be singing this. And this singing will help them to liberate from the karma bandhan. That was the higher reason, as we know, we were reading in the morning, why the Lord takes birth. So here, the most important line here is they please the mother, their mother. Lord is not bounded by anything. Lord is Lord. But then also, because of the he wants to reciprocate. Ye yatha mama prapadyante tans tateva bhajami. Lord says, those who those who surrender to me in the degree, according to that, I reciprocate. So here, now it was the time of the Lord to reciprocate and give the pleasure to Mother Yashoda in that bhava. And that's why he was running like a small child, and he was crawling, and the bells were there and it was ringing. And we should know that there are 7 other rasa bhav which are there, which we know. That Karuna rasa is there, Hasya rasa is there, then Daya rasa is there, then Vibhatsa rasa is there, Veer rasa is there, then other rasas are there. Means in all there are many other rasas. So here we will try to understand which rasa Lord is trying to bhaya rasa. Like we'll see how he is exhibiting the bhaya and wants to give pleasure. So here the main purpose is to give the pleasure to the devotees. That's why he is acting. Please, Pandyan Prabhu, please read further.
The bells tied to their waist and the anklets sounded fascinating, and they would move around very pleasingly, sometimes just like ordinary children. They would be frightened by others and would immediately hurry to their mothers for protection.
Sometimes, like in this, they would be frightened by others. It is said, whenever the lion or something, when the sound is come, they used to get frightened. Krishna is the same person. Where it is said in the Bhagavatam, Kapila Bhagavan says, that he tells Kapila Bhagavan in the form of Kapila Bhagavan to Mata Dehuti, the air, because of my bhaya, it is flowing. The sun, because of my bhaya, it is giving the sunshine. The rain, because of my bhaya, it is giving. The Yamaraj is doing his job because of my bhaya. So, in the form of Kala, when Arjuna saw the Lord form in the Kala form of, and he got frightened and he was seeing that everybody Lord is swallowing in the form of Kala, and the same Kala now is getting frightened because of one sound. No, he is frightening just to give the pleasure to Mother Yashoda. And he gets frightened and he goes inside. And the mother sees, no, it's my child, I'll give him a protection. So he wants to exchange the rasa bhava of the motherlyhood with Yashoda. That's why he's getting frightened. Okay, please read further.
Sometimes they would fall into the clay and mud of Vrindavana and would approach their mothers smeared with clay and saffron.
One
They
thing
would
you should understand, the clay and the mud of Vrindavan is not material. Chintamani prakhara sadma sukalpa vriksha lakshavritera susurabhi abhipalayantam lakshmi sahasra satasambhrama sevyamanam govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. Chintamani prakhara. The land of Vrindavan is Chintamani Dhama. We know one incident which happened with Akbara and Tansen, just to remember you that how Lord covers the Chintamani Dham with the material, these things, layer. And we cannot understand that Tansen was singing and Akbar was very much pleased, and then he was saying, who else is there to, there is no greater than you. Then Tansen told, no, my Guru is much greater than me. Then he told, bring the Guru to me. Then at that time he told, no, my Guru, he cannot come because he is, he is the worshipper of the great king. He is not going to come and, sing in front of you because he is the Banda of the Lord. And he sings for the Lord only. He doesn't sing for anybody else. And then Tansen and Akbar planned to come in Vrindavan in the Nidhivana, where we go. And there, Haridas, his Guru, Tansen's Guru, was singing. And Tansen, went over there and Akbar was hiding. And at that time, Tansen started singing wrongly the Bhairava Raga. And at that time, Haridas, was pointing out the mistakes. Arey, I have teached you so much. You are so fool. You can't sing properly. This is how you have to sing this raga. And he started ringing, and immediately the rain started because of that Bhairava Raga, and the rag. It was so beautiful. And when Akbar listens to that sound, he was so much mesmerized that he went into samadhi. So when Tansen came and he got up, he told, you fool, you do not know to sing only. Your Guru can sing so nicely. And then Tansen told, I told you, my Guru is great. And then he went to the Guru and, for, this thing, what happened? The Akbar told that I am the king and I am very much happy with your service. Whatever you want, you can ask from me. And at that time, Haridas knew that he has been puffed up because of his position. So he praised the Lord. Please show him the actual Vrindavan. And he told, if you have money or if you have something, हमारा जो केशी घाट का है ना, हमारा सीढ़ी थोड़ा टूटा हुआ है, उसको थोड़ा रिपेयर कर दो. Akbar says, अरे, I'm king. You ask something great. And then he says, first repair this thing and then come. And then he went over there and saw what happened. He saw that this stones which were there, they were made of Chintamani. And he told, even if I sell my entire India, Even my everything I said, I cannot build one stone. I cannot bring one stone to fit over there. And his entire ego was crashed. So the mud and the clay of Vrindavan is non-different from Vrindavan, from the Goloka. That's why it is said three things are as it is even in today in Vrindavan from the time of Lord. The Raja, the mud of Vrindavan. Second, Yamunaji. And the third is Govardhan Parvat. It's the same. The Raj is the same. And why so so much importance for the Brajaraja? Because the Brajaraja is very, very dear to the Lord. Lord is pure, the purest of pure, Lord is. But then also he smears the entire time the mud on his body. We'll further see, even eats the mud. That is in Nidhivan, and there is near Radha Damodar temple, the Nidhivan is there. And in that, there is one Lalita Kuwa. So at the night time, whenever the Ras goes on, it is that well was dug by Lords by the Venu for drinking the water. But one day what happened? One cancer patient came from Calcutta to die in Vrindavan. And there was no hope for him. So he told that last days I will try to live in this Nidhivan and die. But, because he got the blessings of one of the Babaji who was serving in the, the Vrindavan Vasi and serving, he told that every day you take the mud of Vrindavan and drink this water of this Kunda. And it will help you somewhat. In this way, with the complete faith in the words of that devotee and complete faith in the shelter of Radharani, he wanted to die in Vrindavan. And he started having that mud and that water every day. And to the miracle, what happened after 3 months? He was totally cured. And when he went back to Calcutta, every doctor was, astonished. How come the cancer, which was incurable, he became cured? So, even today, the miracles happen because of the Brajaraja. If it is empowered by a devotee, if it is given by a devotee, it can do miracles. Now, again, we'll try to come to the Brajaraja. What is this Brajaraja? Vrajaraja, see, Lord says, devotees always says that we are servant, but Lord also wants to become servant of the Lord, devotees. He likes to become, serve the Lord, devotees. Now, when Lord comes, all the devotees, shelter is given in Vrindavan. So, Vrindavan is a place where all the devotees keep their feet. And that's why, this Brajaraja is so important, because it is said by taking the dust of the feet at the lotus feet of Mahatma, our lives can change. So Lord is teaching us through these examples that when you come to Vrindavan, please keep mud on your head, on the body and everywhere. This is one of the lessons that Lord is giving by putting the mud on his body. Another thing is that he wants, why sometime, we'll go and see that why he is eating the mud. Because, everybody wants to taste the Raja of, and see that the lotus feet of Lord and taste, what is there. So he wanted to taste the mud and see what is that so sweet in this mud that everybody wants to have it on themselves. Brahmaji, after the Brahma Vimohan Leela, he himself, when with his forehead, when he was totally confused, to see the Mahima of the Lord in Vrindavan, he told that I want to become dust, not in Vrindavan, but dust outside Vrindavan. You should understand, Brahmaji is our Acharya. We belong to Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya. He's the main Acharya. And he says that I am not fit to be in Vrindavan, even to become dust. So dust particles are also devotees. And they are very, very great tapasyas. So Brahmaji says, at least make me dust outside Vrindavan. Where when the devotees come, this gopis and devotees come and they put their hand on me, my life could be successful. So never underestimate the putting of dust, what Lord is putting in his body. Especially when we go in the Gokul, the Gokul and Raman Reti, the pleasure what we get in rolling in the mud, the same, thousands of years Lord rolled in that mud. And he gave the pleasure. And that's why even today, after thousands and thousands of years, when we go, we also get the same pleasure and the same ananda. That is the only place in Vrindavan, Ramana Reti, where we go and become like child. And we roll, and the pleasure, that is the, in the entire Vraj Leela, Vraj Yatra, that is the day we wait when we become small childs. And we play, so nicely. And we experience even today that pleasure which Lord was giving to the devotees over there. So here, the Lord, it is said that when he would fall into the clay and mud of Vrindavan, and he would approach, their mother smeared with the clay and saffron. Please read further, Prabhuji.
They were actually smeared with saffron and sandalwood pulp by their mothers. But due to crawling over the muddy clay, they would simultaneously smear their bodies with clay. As soon as they would come crawling to their mothers, Yashoda and Rohini would take them on their laps and covering them with the lower portion of their uh, saris, allow them to suck their breasts.
Tape them on the lap.
Keep them on their lap and allow them to suck their breasts.
Yeah.
When the babies were sucking their breasts, the mothers would see small teeth coming in. Thus, their joy would be intensified to see their children grow. Sometimes,
See, one thing you should understand, that the feeling of feeding, the Lord is Atma Tripta. He's Atmavana. There is no need for the milk. But then also, he wants to drink the milk of the mother. And since all the gopis, all the cows also had the desire that we also want to feed the Lord. And that's why the Brahma Vimohan Leela had done. And Lord became the son of all the gopis, and son of all the calf. And he used to drink the milk and give that pleasure, that motherly pleasure to everybody in Vrindavan. We also know that Lord, whatever it is given by love and devotion, he accepts. Patram pushpam phalam toyam yome bhaktya prayachati tadham bhakti upashnam ashnami prayatatmana. Lord says, if somebody gives with me the patra, pushpa, phala and water with love and devotion, I accept that love and devotion thing. So when billions and billions of years, when devotees start offering that thing, and then Lord becomes a child and wants to take that same milk from them, same offering from them, and wants to give them pleasure. So here we also remember one Leela which is going to come afterwards, that is called as the Ukhalban, that Damodar Leela. And we famously know how mother was churning that makhana, and then Lord came and immediately hold rod of that whole rod, and the rod stopped, and mother was very happy that my child has become strong, and she brought and food in the lap. And when he was in the lap and he was drinking the milk, and then the milk came out from what was kept for the boiling, and the milk was divine, and he was thinking, what is the use of my life? And then Yashoda left the Lord, and Lord, as soon as he was left, Lord became anger. So that Krodha Rasa, the Krodha Rasa, also Raudra Rasa, Lord started showing and exhibiting. So Lord wants to give pleasure to the mother by drinking the milk, and they used to get pleasure when they used to see the small teeth of Lord. Even today, you go in the Vrindavan, there is a deity called Radha Ramana Dev deities, which is self-manifested deities from the Shaligram, and it is a Gopal Bhatta Goswami's deities. And even today, even though they are the smallest deity in Vrindavan, and these deities have never left Vrindavan, although others deity left the Vrindavan. But you see closely and observe these deities, even today you are able to see the teeth, small teeth of Radha Ramana Devaji. So the teeth of the Lord are very beautiful. They are not like ordinary teeth, like जो हमारे teeth जो है वो लगाना पड़ता है, गिर जाते हैं, वैसे teeth नहीं है भगवान के. इतना ध्यान रखना. हमारे teeth और उनके teeth में बहुत फर्क है. हमारे teeth में सड़ा बढ़ जाएगा. हमारे teeth में वो क्या बोलते हैं, वो चोखटा लगाना पड़ता है. लेकिन भगवान के जो teeth of the Lord are very beautiful, and it are moon sunshine teeth. And sometimes this teeth also acts like a Yamraj. And he said the dart of the teeth is Yama. In the Virat Rup, when we were shown, the teeth of the Yamraj was shown as the dart, the teeth. So here, the same teeth can become fearful for non-devotees, but the same teeth can become, pleasureful for devotees. Because Lord, Lord always says, Prabhupada always says, you have to see the Lord. Even if you're Nastic, you have to see the Lord in a different form. You have to see in the form of death. You cannot avoid death. Because Lord says, I am death. I come in the form of death. And so already Prabhupada says, let us see in his original form and in the normal form. And you also be in the normal form. Then you will take the pleasure of seeing the teeth of the Lord. Please read further.
Sometimes the naughty babies would crawl up to the cowshed, catch the tail of the calf, and stand up. The calves, being disturbed, would immediately begin running here and there, and the children would be dragged over clay and cow dung.
Now, here this Leela is very, very interesting. Entire world is standing on the Lord says in the Bhagavad Gita, Gama avishyate bhutani dharyam aham ojasa. By my ojasa, this entire orbits. There is no some pillar down under earth. There is no pillar. All solar system, there is no pillar. Everything is hanging. So how it is standing? Lord says, by my force. Gama avishyate bhutani dharyam aham ojasa. Pushnami cha aushadi sarva soma bhutvarasa. It is by my force, gravitational force, everything is being held in its orbit. When in the Vararupa, when Lord removed the earth from the Garbhodak Sagar Rasagal, the entire earth he took on, in the Taska. And when he was fighting Hiranyaksh, he let, just by his glance, he put the earth on floating, on water. And water, the earth didn't go down in the Rasatal again. So by glance, he can make the earth stand. But here we see, Lord is not able to stand. And what he is doing? Because he is a small child, he wants to stand. He's taking the help of, that tail of the calf. And he's trying to stand. Just now he'll get downfallen. It's very, very, difficult when a person sees from the tattva level why Lord is doing all these things. Then only one thing happens, to give the rasa bhav, to take the rasa bhav from the devotees, because devotees are Lord's heart. And in the heart of the devotees, Lord resides. So here Lord is standing, he's catching, and when he's catching, the calf also gets disturbed. And in that disturbance, what happens? Lord also gets, he acts like he's in the fear, and he catch hold of the tail. And what happens? He is pushed with the tail, and all the gobar which is there, his body is smeared with the gobar, with the mud, and he is roaming in the district.
Whatever.
In that, so sometimes Acharya says, how is that the entire Brahmand is in the, in the bodies, and how is that he's been pulled by a calf, small calf? So Acharya says that it is only because it's the power of devotion. It's the power of devotion that Lord gets pulled away. When we do bhakti, there are 3 types of bhakti: sadhana bhakti, bhava bhakti, and prema bhakti. And in prema bhakti, there are 2 things: Sandra Atma, Visheshatma, and Krishna Akarshani. They're the result of prema bhakti. Like in the when you do sadhana bhakti, the first things that happens in your life is klesha and shubhadha. Good things starts to happen in your life, and all the kleshas in your life starts burning because of the sadhana bhakti. And then when you come to the next level, Ado Shraddha Tata Sadhu Sangha Bhajana Kriya Anartha Nivritti, when you come to the next stage of the bhakti, that is bhava bhakti, and 2 things happens in that: moksha laghuta and sudurlabha. It is very rare to come to that bhava stage. But after you reach to that bhava stage, it's very rare. Then you come to the prema stage. And in prema stage, that is the most important thing that happens. You start attracting Krishna. Krishna gets attracted because of your bhakti. There is nothing which can attract Krishna in this material world. But when you have that bhakti tattva, which is Radharani inside you, because Radharani is bhakti tattva, Hladini Shakti. So when that is there, Lord gets attracted. Lord can be attracted and he can be pulled. So the calf here represents that bhakti. So with that bhakti, Lord holds it up, and it is able that through bhakti we can pull the Lord. And that's why the Leela we have to understand. There are many acharyas, many lessons that we learn. Each acharya has a different vision why this has happened. And that's why we should never consider, we should see from the divine angle. There are Tamoguni angle, Rajoguni angle, Sattoguni angle to see the Lord's Leela. Tamogunis and Rajogunis are never interested. Ye kya hai? Sab bakwas hai. But devotees take pleasure, rasa. Their hearts get filled when they listen to such types of Leela. That Lord is getting pulled in the mud. And he is helplessly hanging there on the tail and is dragged. This is to show the power of bhakti. The Shuddha Bhakti, Lord hangs there and he surrenders to the devotee. And that is what Lord is exhibiting here, the highest rasa. He is exhibiting bhaya. So he gets bhaya. There is one rasa of bhaya. So by that bhaya rasa, he is giving pleasure Mother Yashoda and all the Gopals. So when this is happening, Mother Yashoda and Rohini calls all the gopis and they get pleasure. They start laughing, seeing this childhood Leela, that how Lord is dragged and he is hanging and he is frightened and he is doing. There is one time one says, okay, Lord, because, sometimes Lord used to dance and gopis used to come and says, छाछ देंगे हम क्या देंगे बोलते छसरिया छाछ पे नाचत त्रिभुवन नाथ so for one chas Lord dance in front of the gopis. The Lord who makes the dance, the entire universe, entire jivatma dance in front of the gopis for one ball of chas? No, it is the love which attracts Krishna Akarshani. Sandra Atma, Visheshatma, and Krishna Akarshani. These are the two side effects Rupa Goswami says in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. That is the Prema Lakshana, Prema stage of the Bhakti. When we reach that Prema stage after the Bhava stage. Bhava stage itself is Sudurlubha. So, in that Krishna Akarshani stage, he tries to perform these leelas. Just to give pleasure to the devotees. Because devotees always wants to give pleasure to the Lord. Please read and try to complete.
To see this fun, Yashoda and Rohini would call all their neighborhood friends the gopis. Upon seeing these childhood pastimes of Lord Krishna, the gopis would be merged in transcendental bliss. In their enjoyment, they would laugh very loudly.
See, this is the real pleasure. This is the real transcendental pleasure. And devotees also should be, actually concentrating on this leelas. And that's why Lord says, Man mana bhava mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mama vaishyase yuktveva matma namat parayana. He says to Arjuna in the 9th chapter last, give your mind to me. Man mana bhava mad bhakto, become my devotee. Mad bhakto madhyaji, worship me. Mam namaskuru, you pay obeisances to me. Mam namaskuru, mama vaishyase yuktveva matma namat parayana. And satya pratijanihi priyosimi means it says definitely you will come to me. So devotees should be taking pleasure in the pastimes of the Lord, not in the pleasures of the material world. And when we get pastimes pleasure, when we get the higher taste, this higher rasa, then only we will be able to leave the lower rasa. Because Jeev is, wants the pleasure. Because since he's the part of the supreme pleasure, so that pleasure, to seek for pleasure, it is natural for him. But the problem with the Jivatma, he is seeking the pleasure in the wrong direction. He is seeking the pleasure in the bodily senses. And that becomes the cause of his unlimited sufferings in his human life. But we should be taking pleasure in this leelas. That is what we are meant for. That is what our intelligence is. That Lord is self-satisfied. He doesn't want anything. Then also, why does he does all this, leelas? Just to give pleasure. Just to have a relationship with the devotees. Because he loves to have a relationship with the devotees. And he loves to interact with the devotees. That is his life. In the Bhagavan Tattva, that is his life. And that is what is happening in the spiritual world. Exchange of loving relationship with the Lord. And here we see that small hint of that love and exchange which is going on within the Supreme Brahma, Supreme Absolute, Supreme Controller, who is controlled by, that cow, who is controlled by the gopis. Why? Because out of, their strong tapasya, out of their strong bhakti, Lord has surrendered to them. Okay, so we will stop over here. Tomorrow we'll start from here again, and we will continue the Kanchor Lila. Today we will take the sums to the Vrajaraja importance. We try to understand the Lila, some Lila Tattva, and I am trying to make you understand. I am number one fool. I do not know anything about these Leelas. I am only licking the honey jar from outside. And I am only trying to reproduce the words of my acharyas. But for my experience, I am still not experienced that higher rasa. But, speaking, and doing what our acharyas have said, someday we will reach and we will try to come that level of, that bhava stage. Because today we are in the bhajana kriya stage. the Anartha Nivritti stage. After Anartha Nivritti, Nishtha, Asakti, Ruchi, then Bhava, then Prem, then Raga, Anuraga, and then, Bhava, Mahabhava, and all that. That is, different level. We are still on the material level. So, whatever I'm trying to experience is like a small mosquito in the sky. And it is not, we are not, because we are, many acharyas are there, for one shlokas of Bhagavatam, Prabhupada used to read 15 acharyas when he used to write in Radha Damodar temple, when that book is given today, acharyas, Jiva Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, then Sridhar Acharya, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, all have given their bhavarthas, and through that actually we can actually see the Bhagavatam. But what I am reading is just the outer thing, and trying to make understand that this leelas of Lord are not ordinary. Janma karma chame divyam. It's divine. This leela will actually, quench our atma thirst, which we are wandering for billions and billions and billions of years. That heart which is thirsty can be quenched when we listen thoroughly to the stories. And when we do the smarana of this all leelas, then actually the davanal which is there inside us, inside our mind, can be extinguished. So we should merge into this leela. And that's why Prabhupada says every day, read Kṛṣṇa book at night. Without fail, please read Kṛṣṇa leela and then go to sleep. It will help you a lot. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Srila Prabhupada ki. Any questions on this?
Yes, Prabhuji, there are a couple of questions coming in. Pantan Prabhu, I'll request you to monitor the chats and if somebody raises their hand.
Okay.
I'm unmuting Narad Pran Prabhuji.
Yeah. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji.
Dandavat Pranam. Only one paragraph complete kiya aaj.
Prabhuji, you said that you are trying to lick the jar of honey.
From outside.
It is your very, very, very much humbleness, Prabhuji. We are miles away from that jar.
So I also am trying to.
We don't know where to go and lick. At least you know where the jar is. Anyway, thank you, Prabhuji, for your humbleness. I have a small doubt and I want some further information on that. You know, this Lord Krishna and Balaram.
Yes.
They are the sons of Devaki Ma. They came from the womb of Mother Devaki.
Yes.
And Vasudeva and Mother Devaki both were suffering whole life. They were in the prison.
Up to the age of, up to 18 years they had to suffer.
Okay,
After
Prabhuji,
that, Lord went over there, where in Mathura, after 18 years and up to 125 years, Lord stayed with them.
Okay, Prabhuji, but the main pleasure of the childhood,
Yeah.
the Leela of childhood, were given chance to Jashoda Maiya and Nanda Baba.
Yes.
They are the highest type of pleasure in this universe.
Yes.
So I just want to know why this Lord has given the chance to Jashoda Maiya and Nanda Baba.
One thing there you should understand, there are two types of Leela.
Yeah.
One is Aishwarya Mishrit Leela. Dwarka Leela is Aishwarya Mishrit Leela. Which Leela?
Aishwarya Mishra Leela, yes.
And Vrindavan Leela is called Madhurya Leela, which is called pure Madhurya Leela.
Yes.
Which is the highest Leela. And we know in Vrindavan, Golok, there are three parts. One is Dwarka part, one is Vrindavan part, and one is Mayapur part.
Yeah.
So Devaki and Vasudev were given the role to be played in the Aishwarya Mishrit Leela.
Okay.
Where?
In Dwarka.
There, see, there are certain plays which have to be played with the Lord. You know? So, for this Madhurya Bhav, there are certain devotees who are chosen by the Lord.
Right.
They only can experience that.
So it is
After
a plan.
It's a plan of Lord.
With the plan of
Because
the Lord.
Lord chooses according to the level of surrender. He chooses.
Okay.
So the Aishwarya Mishrit Leela, where Lord is,
King.
served in awe and reverence. What?
Yeah. And like a king he served.
He served awe and reverence. There, he chose Devaki and Vasudev to be their mother and father.
Right.
Because see, in every Leela, Lord wants, all these types of rasa, 5 rasa. Somebody has to become a das. Somebody has to become a Shantarasa. Somebody has to become a friend. Somebody has to become a mother, father. Somebody has to become a lover. Huh?
Yeah. Yes.
So Lord chooses according to their past life surrender. Like now you are doing bhakti here, samjho. So Lord clearly says, Neha abhikrama nasho asti pratyavayo na vidyate swalpamasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhaya.
Right.
Whatever we are doing, bhakti is never going to be, going to go waste.
Or waste.
1%, 2%, 4%, whatever we are doing, next life will be giving addition.
It will be carried
In
forward.
spiritual life, there is always a promotion from one rasa to other rasa.
Right.
And the highest rasa is Madhurya rasa, which includes all the 5 rasas.
Right.
But there are other rasas also, and in that rasa also, Lord wants to reciprocate. When Shanta rasa, you become a tree, you become something, a stone or something like that, or anything you want, which is their ideal, and want to act like an ideal place and want to serve. Ukhal was serving the Lord in the Shanta rasa.
Yes. Yes.
Right? So it chooses, because Lords, there are different categories of Leela of Lord. Aishwarya Mishrit Leela, Madhurya Leela, then Udarya Leela. Audarya Leela is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Leela. Audarya Leela means to give the, love of Godhead. So that, in that, he chooses the same patra in a different way.
Okay.
So which character has to be chosen, it depends clearly on Krishna.
It is his will.
It's his will.
Yeah. That's it.
To whom he has to give this pleasure.
Okay.
At least
Thank you,
we are actually experiencing this pleasure by listening. How fortunate we are. As I am telling, we are not actually experiencing, we are trying to lick only the bottle from outside. When we will actually lick this rasa, we will go directly into Golok Vrindavan.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Pram.
Yes. Yes, Prabhu.
अगला सवाल आ रहा है प्रभु जी।
Yes.
प्रिया माता जी।
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
प्रिया माता जी, आप यहाँ से अनम्यूट कीजिए। Unmute at your
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mata.
Yeah, all glories to Srila Prabhupada and all glories to His Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj Prabhuji. All glories to you, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
In the Prema Bhakti,
Yeah.
there were 3. I missed the first one. So second was Vishesh Atma and third was Krishna Akarshan.
No. Sandradna, see, there are 3: Sadhana Bhakti, Prema Bhakti. You see, you take this book, Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu, and in that, the first lesson only teaches these things, that there are 3 stages: Sadhana Bhakti, Bhava Bhakti, and Prema Bhakti. And there are 6 Lakshanas of Bhakti, which manifest on all stages. When you are doing the Sadhana Bhakti, 2 things happens in your life: Klesha Agni and Shubhada. Shubhada means good things starts happening because you started doing akarma in your life. And Klesha Agni means automatically all the kleshas which are there, which are you going to suffer in your future life, or they starts burning because you start doing the bhakti process, right? And that's why this is Neha abhikrama nasho asti, pratyavayana vidyate swalpamasya dharmasya trayato. By doing this dharma bhakti, the real bhakti, paro dharma bhakti, we will be saved from the highest devotee, because the kleshas start burning in your life just by doing these things. This is the first stage. The second stage is Bhava Bhakti. In Bhava Bhakti, Moksha Laghuta and Sudurlabha. It is very Durlabha. This Bhakti is the Bhava stage is Sudurlabha. And the moksha becomes very small in that stage of bhava bhakti. You do not want moksha, you want to serve. The last stage is prema bhakti. The lakshanas that emerges in the prema bhakti are sandratma visheshatma, sandranatma visheshatma, and Krishna akarshani. That stage, Krishna gets attracted to you because of your pure level of bhakti. Okay?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Sandratma
Thank you so much.
visheshatma means what? You get that divine pleasure. You started getting that divine rasa. And now no other rasa will actually, ever you will be able to relish. When you can't gets taste in the holy name, actual gets taste in the Krishna Katha, actual gets taste in the service of the Lord, then all other taste in your life will go down, Mataji. Okay?
Yes, thank you so much, Prabhuji. Thank you. Dandavat Pranam.
Yes.
Indian Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat
Yeah.
Pranam. Prabhuji,
Yes, Prabhu.
two simple questions I wanted to ask you. This Leela of catching the tail of calf and rolling, Lord rolling on that
On the mud.
mud. This Leela is going on in the Goloka also, Prabhuji?
Yeah, Goloka, it is going on.
There also it is going on. And
Yeah,
this,
it can go on, but sometimes people say that this pastimes only happen over here. Some of the acharyas say like that, that it happens only on the earth, but some of the acharyas says that leelas are continuously going on. What?
Leelas are continuously
Because
going on.
Yashoda is also there,
Yes.
right?
Yes, and
And
calf also will be there.
calves are also there,
Will be there.
leelas are also there. Plus, in other Brahmans also the leelas are going on,
Other Brahman.
right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So there may be somebody, some other Yashoda may be there.
Some
Some other calves may be there.
Okay.
Some other, devotees may be there who will be given the chance to, have that rasa. Lord wants to exchange the rasa with that devotees. So the positions may change. That character, like Prime Minister is a post. What?
Right.
It can change. The person coming can change. Okay.
Okay,
So
Prabhuji.
Mother of Lord can change. The devotees can change.
Okay. Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Next question coming from Open Parak Prabhuji from Ghatpopar.
Yes.
Yes, Open Bhai.
Pranam ji, Guru ji. Can you hear
Please
me?
show your face, Prabhuji.
Okay.
Let me see. Where is Upen?
Pranam Guru ji.
Yes.
In the Bhagavad, I heard that, Krishna spent almost all, 11 years with Yashoda Maiya. And
11 and a half years.
14 years in the Mathura. Rest in the Dwarka.
18 years.
Right?
18 years. 18 years. 18 years
Okay.
in Mathura.
And rest of the life he spent
In Dwarka.
Dwarka. Correct? Is that
Yes.
correct? And
Yes.
in the Bhagavad Gita is Granth of the Karma, right?
No, Bhagavad Gita is a manual for life. It is not only karma. There are 5 topics. Atma, Karma, then Prakriti, Kala, and Ishvara. Yeah. There are 5 topics, not only karma.
Okay. Thank you, Guruji.
Any other questions?
Any further questions? No, probably. I also don't see any questions on the YouTube today. Okay. That's what is for the session. No more questions.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tomorrow we'll continue from this same thing. Actually, tomorrow we'll continue. And day after tomorrow, this Amar Gauranga Prabhu will be taking one of the lessons of Bhagavatam, one of the topics. I'll be taking rest on that day. So he'll be taking Amar Gauranga Prabhu. And Devata's devotees and Lord Krishna's devotees, the difference. One of the topic is there. So he'll be taking that. So tomorrow we'll continue with the Bal Lila.